in the morning sun. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Just out here vibing in nature, just digging it. This mountain right here just protecting me. Just giving thanks for it all, man. Giving thanks for this understanding. Giving thanks for my dogs, my family, and just appreciating where this path of wisdom and truth has brought me. I appreciate it. I'm thankful. I wake up and I'm like, thank goodness, I could be the same character I was 4 years ago. Lost, buying possessions, consumption, blowing my money, trying to fill this void, and being shown purpose and truth is just an awesome feeling. Having that sense of freedom, not living in fear. I mean, these are all just great feelings, And, at the end of the day, that's the reward to all of this, is happiness, enlightenment, a fearful life, fearless life. And these are rewards worth seeking. Because at the end of the day, I mean, look how hard you guys worked for money, how much energy you put for money. When you can detach from that, detach from all that, and seek happiness, truth, purpose, a fearless lifestyle for you and your kid, because now we got to start thinking about our kids, you know what I mean? Like if we don't start making these changes, you're throwing them in this world, this volatile world of unsustainability, which has a shelf life. So we need to get us and our families and our communities and all these like-minded people that don't like war and environmental destruction off these systems, and start living a fearless life. Because that's what it's all about, man. When you start living in tune, we create our own world. We'll create it with us. I don't care if it's 10 of us here just living like this. Because I know there's tons of people out. There's people doing this all over. This is the movement. This is it. This is our future. Our future is small community farms. Building, doing art, growing food, living sustainably. This is the future. This is the future. There's no future in those systems, in those food supply systems, in those banking systems, in those economic enslavement systems. There's no future in that. There's no future in that. Not only that, you're not designed to be doing that. You're not designed to be hunched over a desk for most your life. As your kids gets raised by the system, putting them in a box, raising them to be the next generation of hunched over slaves, and and I say this, I understand if you're out there, you're trying to provide, and all this stuff is new. When you start awakening to these systems and this control mechanism of the masses and controlling you and your spirit, and, to break away from that is going to take some clarity. And I understand, these people, you guys are out there working for your family, you're out there working, this is society, this is normal. So I'm not looking down on you by any means, I understand. I was doing the same thing. I was out there working my ass off doing the same shit. You know what I mean? But then I started to see the light. I started to see where freedom is. I don't want to, I had a problem with getting up every day. I'm miserable. And I was always the person to where I'd rather be broke than rich and miserable. I'd rather be doing my own freelance thing and not even making very much money than to be making a ton of money, hunched over in a desk, waking up miserable every day. So So, you know, eventually it took me to where I saw the path of freedom, which is sustainability, living free, living leisurely. These are all the things we should be doing, you know. We should be detaching. We don't need these systems. We don't need them. We don't need them to ship you poisoned chicken 1,500 miles away. We just don't. Adding sugar to everything, getting you addicted with these holidays and all this shit, just consumption holidays, you know, just consuming from these horrible corporations that are just destroying the world. And we need to not do this anymore. We need to just not contribute. You want to change the world, this is how, I mean, this is how it's done. This is how it's gonna happen, whether you're in tune with it or not. That's why I'm trying to give you the early jump. Let's get on it now. It's gonna take work. It's gonna take you, took me 3 years to get out here. And that was me working every day with that in my mind. You know, like, man, I got a goal. I know where I'm going. And having a goal is great. It's something to work towards. You know, and we can all start doing this together. You know, I mean, I'm looking for people to join my community. It's just me out here. I'm doing all this shit myself. You know? And get together with your family, get together with your friends, start understanding this enslavement system and understanding that this doesn't represent you and you want to break away from these systems. You know? And start having a plan. You know? And then we'll detach and be free. We'll start living in these communities. Land is cheap, man. You can find land outside your cities. I mean, ring up your credit card bills. Ring them up. Who gives a shit? Take as much out of these systems and pull the plug on them. You know what I mean? Because it ain't gonna matter. 5-10 years, it ain't gonna matter. They're gonna take everything from you anyways. They've already designed you to live in debt, live in so much debt to where it's just like our economy. It's all just monopoly money, fake shit now. And you guys are bickering about all the little details when they're just spending monopoly money on war and environmental destruction fueled by greed. And it's time to say no to that. It's time to say, you know what, I'm not going to be a part of this. You know? You know, if you want your city life, you want all this shit, you know, I mean, there's good people doing good things in the city, and I tip my hat to them because, you know, they're doing urban farming for these lower income communities and doing all sorts of great shit, and you gotta love it. But it's just like, you know, I use the term football a lot, and I don't want to bag on people that like football because it's fun. It's fun to get, you know, that's what life should be about, you know what I mean? Getting together with your friends, sitting back, you know what I mean? And just, you know, enjoying a game, watching a game. A game is fun, right? Games are fun. We play games for fun. You know, but my philosophy on it is that we just don't live in that time. I wish we did, people. I wish we did. I wish we live in a time where we didn't have to worry about nothing. We can sit back, open a cold one, invite over your friends, watch a game on Sunday, you know, and just enjoy our lives. But while that's going on, tyranny is knocking at your doorsteps. Your freedoms are being taken one by one. And by the time the game is off, all this stuff's going to be taken from you. We're no longer going to be free. We're going to be living in a feared society, living in fear, and they're going to pump you with so much propaganda and destruction, calling you the outlaws, and you guys, without understanding this, the macro of these situations, you're going to be bickering with each other, you're going to be arguing with each other, and it's just going to be feeding their trap. And then they're going to send out their police forces on the front line to battle you. And the people at home are going to be complaining about you to where they're going to be helping the oppressor battle you. Like, yeah, look at these guys. They're out there fighting for freedom. Yeah, spread, you know, and they just don't know because you guys are down here at this micro level bickering and complaining and blaming each other when we're all on the same side. We're all on the same side, people. Us humans, man. We're good people, man. We love each other. We want to help each other. In these times, there's going to be good people coming together. But I'm saying get out of there before this shit happens because this is the future, man. You don't see it. I mean, they're showing you this shit. They're showing you their new assault vehicles. Look what our police force. This is the new technology in riot gear. They'll sit there and show you it like it's cutting edge shit. Look at this new riot gear, and they're about to use it on you. They got full plans, and you see the minds of these police, man. Don't tell me you don't see the mind. I mean, I respect our soldiers, I respect our policemen, but at the end of the day, a lot of them go without logic. A lot of them are, like I watched a video the other day where they arrested people for dancing at the Washington Memorial. And you can see the logic of this policeman's head. Like, you can tell he just wasn't the brightest, like, character, and he's been shoved this shit to where I mean, these police are going to go out there with riot gear and fight you people. But you got to understand, they're us. They're us. They're using us to fight us. We're creating everything. We're building everything. We're doing everything. Us. And that's why we got to unite together. Detach off these systems, unite together, and take our world back. That's what this is all about, man. Take our world back. This world can be an utopia of freedom and leisurely life, man. I mean, in the 70s, they thought they thought right now they'd be sitting back, technology would be doing all the work, and they'd just be having a leisurely life. But that's the thing is, man, they're taking. You're not getting anything of that. Your life isn't getting leisure. These corporations are making more money now because they don't have to hire you. They don't have to give you the work. Meanwhile, you're living to struggle. I mean, I think it's ridiculous to think that they would have thought that they would have shared like they care for people. When they're poisoning you at every turn, poisoning your air, poisoning your water, and you think they're going to care about you, and technology is going to, you know, and it is. But, you know, it ain't going to happen without us taking the power back. And we're going to unite together, and we're going to take this power back. We're going to take this earth back. We're going to take these technologies back. And we're going to do it together, man. Come on. We got to all join up. We got to all start getting with this. Start detaching from these systems. As we start detaching from these systems, that's when it'll start to crumble. And it's already going to crumble anyways. It's all going to happen at the same time. Because it's already happening. I'm detaching. I know tons of other people are doing the same thing. This is the movement. This is where people are going. They're going back to the land to be self-sufficient. That's because that's where security is. That's where you can live and raise your child and be fearless. If you're sitting in these systems, relying on these systems, you're in a very volatile state. So, you know, we just got to understand these things and understand that, you know, we can't bicker. We can't bicker at each other. We can't fight each other. We can't hone in on these micros, man. We got to start to self-educate, you know. Start to self-educate and understand what's going on out there because, you know, we're just going to have a lot of conflicting minds, you know, and everything should be simple. Everything should be just wonderful. Everything should be happiness. And that's why we're creating these communities, because we all have the like minds. You know, well, I mean, let these people deal with these systems in the future, but we need to be getting ourselves off the grid. Sustainable, living in love and happiness and freedom. And we can do all that as these systems crumble, and they're going to be bickering, and they're going to, you know, let this all happen, but you need to detach and get away from it. Let that all happen, you know, because it's going to happen. People are going to fight for these systems and fight for their oppressor all the way to their doom, you know. And we're going to rise out of this because we're going to be self-sustaining. We're going to be the ones doing okay. And these systems will collapse on their greed, man. Their greed is just going to collapse them. And these are the warnings, man. This is a warning. This is what I'm trying to warn you about, you know. This is why I'm trying to put this message out here, warn you. I can see what's happening. They're taking. They're on drugs, about to run right off a cliff, you know, and you're just sitting in the back seat partying, you know, drinking a beer, watching football, you know, like, and it's going right off a cliff. I'm telling you to jump off. Jump off. You know what I mean? You have to jump off. It's going for a cliff. Can't be said any more clearly than that. You know? And let's do it. You guys need help? Let me know. You guys want to come out to Puerto Rico? Let me know. We got some land. There's beautiful land all over. You know what I mean? We can start building little cabana. You know, I mean, you know, a little 1-bedroom, you know, with a bathroom. You know, cheap. You know, and start living and working the land. Start doing all this stuff together, man. Start building these communities up. I'm trying to get the Puerto Rico faction going because they're doing it in England. They're doing it in South America. They're doing it in Australia. They're doing it all over the world. People are doing this all over. So I'm trying to tell you, I can see it. People are already doing this. I'm not alone. We're all doing this. We're all detaching from these runaway systems. And we got to watch them collapse, fight the resistance with a pineapple in our hand and wait so we can be there to rebuild the world the way we want it, with love and happiness. And people will start to get on these ideals, see the way these communities are living, and they're going to want to be a part of it. You know, they're going to be like, you know what, these people, they got it going on. They got happiness, they got freedom, they got enlightenment. And when they see this, the people that are on board, they're going to drop their ideologies that were conflicting for the oppressed man. Once we hit that critical mass of 10% of the population, then it's going to flip, man. All these people are going to start jumping onto this ship of good and understand these evils and understand these systems are corrupt. And it's going to be a beautiful thing, but I'm saying get ahead of the time. Don't put yourself at risk. Start coming now. All right, y'all, have a good day, man. Same message as always, but it's just important, man. You know, these people are on cocaine driving this bus off a cliff, and, you know, I'm telling you to jump out the window. You know, you might get a scraped knee. You know, you might have a little hiccup here, but you know what? At the end of the day, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right, you know? And that's what this is all about, because you're going to have community. You're going to have people on your side. You're going to have people understand what you did. And like it and help you, because you're going to be on the side of the good, of the future. So let's do it, y'all. Let's rise up together. Forward forever, y'all. Later. What's up, Bellbot?